All right, a couple truths for you on this Tuesday morning before I head out to the coffee shop about Brock Purdy because, again, a lot of the national media is getting this wrong about the 49ers. And I think a lot of the 49ers fan base is getting this wrong because Brock Purdy was the last pick of the draft. And there's immediately a stereotype about guys who are undrafted free agents or drafted really low that this guy can't be any good, that he just must be some underdog who might be able to scrappily get by for a little while, but there's no way that the team could possibly ever want to roll with him. But I can tell you that the 49ers locker room is not looking at Brock Purdy in that way. I've talked to several people about him. You've heard the comments about him if you actually watch these press conferences. And the 49ers locker room absolutely loves Brock Purdy's work ethic. Brandon Aiyuk came onto a show called Airing It Out, and he was just glowing about Brock Purdy, and he was glowing about him in the context of the 49ers potentially claiming Baker Mayfield off of waivers. The hosts on that show asked Brandon Aiyuk if he'd be interested in the 49ers picking up Baker Mayfield. And before they could even finish the question, Brandon Aiyuk said, next question, next question. Didn't even want to hear about Baker Mayfield. And he said about Brock Purdy that, remember the pass that Brock Purdy missed to Brandon Aiyuk on the deep out pattern? He said that Brock Purdy walked up to Brandon Aiyuk and said, I missed you on the field. That's on me. I'm going to get better. I'm going to feed you. And Brandon Aiyuk said that he just absolutely loves the fact that Brock Purdy is sitting there working all week long before Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt, before there was even a legitimate chance that Brock Purdy was going to be having a major role in this game. And he's working on film. He's working on everything that a quarterback does before a start to make sure that his receivers are fed. And by extension, the 49ers locker room loves Brock Purdy's confidence. So before you go off on, these crazy tangents about picking up Cam Newton or trying to get Ryan Fitzpatrick to come out of the Thursday Night Football broadcasting booth, realize the 49ers really like what they have in Brock Purdy, and that draft status doesn't really matter at this point. In fact, if Brock Purdy were 2 inches taller, 3 inches taller, he'd have been a first or second round pick, right? So a lot of what happens in the NFL draft is based on what a team perceives a quarterback's physical ceiling to be. But once you're in the league, you're in the league. And if you can make it work, and we saw Brock Purdy make it work this past week when the 49ers just completely, I think, deflated the Miami Dolphins with their third string quarterback, well, then draft status is forgotten. And the 49ers are playing a quarterback this next week on Sunday whose draft status has certainly been forgotten. And that's Tom Brady, who was a 6th-round pick. So moving forward, the 49ers locker room loves Brock Purdy's confidence, and the 49ers locker room loves Brock Purdy's work ethic. Remember that as you hear rumors of outside quarterbacks who may or may not have played football in the recent few years. Brock Purdy has been not only playing football, but he's been sitting there learning the game, studying his ass off throughout the entire week, and that's earned the respect of the 49ers locker room. And if you understand how the 49ers locker room works, maybe you'll do a better job of understanding how the 49ers work, because I think there's so many off-the-mark takes right now that just don't understand how Brock Purdy fits within the structure of this team. All right, that's my thought for the morning. I'm off to the coffee shop. Everybody have a good Tuesday. Obviously, a lot of content coming your way.